she's holding a plate. On that plate are her own breasts. They were cut off with iron pincers while she was still alive, and she's looking at you like nothing happened. That expression, calm, almost gentle. That's not peace after suffering. That's something else entirely. To understand that expression, you need to know who painted it and what he was carrying when he did. This painting was made in 1630. It hangs in a museum in France. Thousands of people walk past it every year. The strangest thing about this painting isn't what happened to her. It's why he painted her this way. Her name was Agatha. She was born in Sicily around the year 231. She was young, she was beautiful, and she had made a promise to God. A Roman prefect named Quintianus wanted her. He wanted her body. He wanted her wealth. He wanted her silence. She refused. Not once, not twice. Every time he came, she refused. So he decided to destroy her. He sent her to a brothel first, to break her spirit. She came back unbroken. And what happened next? Nobody who ordered it expected. The torture began. They stretched her body on a rack. They burned her with hot irons. And then, Quintianus ordered something specific. Her breasts, removed, slowly, with iron pincers. She looked at him and said, "Are you not ashamed to torture in a woman what you yourself were fed by, in your mother?" He had no answer. She was thrown back into her cell, to die from the wounds. That night, an angel appeared, and her wounds were healed. Quintianus was furious. He ordered her burned alive. An earthquake stopped it. She died in her cell, February 5th, 251. She was 20 years old. Something strange happened after her death. The thing that was done to her became the thing she protects against. Women with breast cancer pray to her. Women facing mastectomy pray to her. She is the patron saint of the disease that takes the same thing they took from her. The mutilation became the symbol of healing. The wound became the protection. Think about that for a moment. The church didn't erase what happened to her. They put it on a plate and said, "Carry it." And she did. The wound became the protection. But that's only half the story, because the man who painted this was carrying wounds of his own. The man who painted this was called the Spanish Caravaggio, Francisco de Zurbarán, born in 1598, in a small town in Extremadura, Spain. He painted monks, he painted martyrs, he painted suffering, the way Caravaggio painted murder, with absolute stillness, with no melodrama, just the weight of what happened. By 1630, he was the most powerful painter in Seville. The king called him the King of Painters. He had a workshop. He had commissions from churches and monasteries across Spain and South America. He had everything for a while. And then life did to him something he had already painted. His first wife died in childbirth. His second wife died in 1639. He married a third time. She gave him 6 children. Almost all of them died in infancy. Then the plague came to Seville, 1649. It killed nearly half the city. His son, Juan, the only child who followed him into painting, was taken in weeks. He was 29 years old. By 1650, Zurbarán was alone. His work fell out of fashion. A younger painter named Murillo was taking all his commissions. In 1658, he left Seville, the city he had dominated for 30 years. He moved to Madrid. He tried to rebuild. He died there in 1664, alone, nearly forgotten. Now look at her again. Santa Águeda, painted in 1630, the year his second wife was still alive, the year the plague hadn't come yet, the year his son Juan was 10 years old, and learning to paint in his workshop. He painted her calm, not broken, not screaming, not collapsed under the weight of what was done to her. She holds the plate, the way you hold something precious, not something shameful. Her face says, "I am still here." Zurbarán had no way of knowing what was coming for him. But he understood something about carrying loss with dignity. He painted it into her face before he had fully learned it himself. He died on August 27th, 1664, Madrid, a city that was never really his. No grand funeral, no final masterpiece, no student who carried his legacy forward. His son was already 15 years dead. The workshop in Seville closed. His paintings stayed in the monasteries and churches that commissioned them, hidden from the public for over a century. It wasn't until the 1800s that the world remembered his name. By then, he had been gone for 200 years. But the painting survived. And it's been asking the same question ever since. Agatha carried what they took from her and became the symbol of healing. Zurbarán carried everything life took from him and kept painting saints with serene faces. Maybe that's what the painting is really about. Not martyrdom, not religion, not even history. It's about what a person looks like when they decide not to be destroyed by what was done to them. She holds the plate. She doesn't look away, and she's smiling. The painting watched. It still watches. It never stopped. Most people walk past this painting in a museum in Montpellier, France. They see a woman holding a plate. They move on. They never ask what she's holding. They never ask why she's calm. They never ask who painted her and what he was carrying when he did. Most people look at paintings. Very few actually see them. This is inside the artwork.